So Marion Island is the larger of the two Prince Edward Islands, which are South African possessions in the southwest Indian Ocean. And subantarctic islands are amazing places to go. All of them have a unique array of birds and typically don't have any native land mammals, so they're oceanic islands in the true sense of the word. In the case of Marion, there's about 27 species of seabird that breed on the island, and they just dominate the landscape. There's more than 1 million penguins breed on the island, 4 different species, huge colonies of king and macaroni penguins, and smaller numbers of southern rockhopper and gentoo penguins. And that's what probably most strikes you when you arrive at the island. Also, really globally important populations of albatrosses. 4 different species breed on the island, including a quarter of the world's wandering albatrosses breed just on Marion Island, and another 20% on Prince Edward Island nearby. So it really is an incredible place, but it used to be even more incredible. It's unfortunately suffered from introduced mammals. So sometime during the sealing era, mice were introduced accidentally by sealing parties going ashore. And when South Africa annexed the island in 1947 and set up a weather station, one of the things that people took to the island were a few cats to control mice around the weather station. And unfortunately, these cats got away from the station, started breeding, and they ate more birds than mice. And so by the 1970s, there were about 2,000 cats, killing close to 500,000 burrowing petrels every year. And that's had a really significant impact on the biology of Marion Island. But the burrowing petrels are really important for creating soil on the island, turning over the vegetation. And if you want to see the impact of the cats, you just have to go across the channel to Prince Edward Island, the smaller neighbour of Marion, where there have never been any mice or cats. And the vegetation is much more lush, and if you go out at night, it's just a blizzard of these burrow nesting birds that come into the island at night to avoid being eaten by the predatory skuas on the island. Fortunately, South Africa took the step to remove cats from the island in what is still the largest island eradication of cats in the world. Marion Island is close to 300 square kilometers. It's not a small island. But over a sustained period of about 15 years, the cats were hunted and poisoned to extinction. And so now we have a situation where Marion just has mice again on the island. And the mice have a lot of significant impacts on the vegetation and the invertebrates. But in the last few years, they've also started to have a very significant impact on particularly the albatross and petrel chicks on the island. And it's a really shocking and heartrending to see these poor defenseless birds being eaten alive by these mice. And we're desperately keen to actually do something about this and to restore Marion back to its former glory. And that's what this project is all about.